Jackson. Number 3, MJ Case. Number 10, Tresha Yager. Number 25, Christina Jenkins. And number 31, Lauren Wade. And now for the home team on the scoreboard from Wayland, it will be number 11, Kendra Edgman. Number 20, Cassie Alvarado. Number 23, Ashley Shelley. Number 24, Taylor Houston. And number 33, Jenna Cooper Jackson.
Starting lineups presented by Kyle Duncan, public address announcer for Southwestern Christian. Jaden Mason, a freshman guard from Stillwater, Oklahoma. MJ Case, a sophomore guard from Yukon, Oklahoma. And Tresha Yager, a senior guard from Piedmont, Oklahoma. The forwards, Christina Jenkins, a senior from Elgin, Oklahoma. And Lauren Wade, a senior from Marlow, Oklahoma. Head coach of the Eagles, Mark Arthur. It's his 8th season leading the women's team. Also serves as the school's athletic director and a 20-year stint as the men's head basketball coach. He's assisted by Andy Rollins and Tamiris Andrade. For Wayland Baptist, their starters, Caitlin Edgman, a sophomore out of Littlefield, Texas. Cassie Before, sophomore from Mays, Kansas. Ashlyn Shelley, junior from Idalou, Texas. Taylor Houston, a 6'2", freshman from Idalou, Texas. And Jenna Cooper Jackson, a senior from Claude, Texas. Head coach of Wayland, Jason Cooper, in his 2nd season, assisted by Chelsea Hunter. Our officials for this contest are Alan Richardson, Charles Carroll, and Chandra Twine. Wayland in their white jerseys. Blue letters and numbers outlined in yellow. The black jerseys for Southwestern Christian with blue letters and numbers outlined in white. And we are off and running here in the conference championship game. It'll be Southwestern Christian going from left to right, a team that wants to play a lower possession game. MJ Case had 30 in the quarters, got injured in yesterday's game. Mason had a big afternoon yesterday, 2nd highest scoring total of the year. Leads for Case with 12 to shoot. Case will drive in, trying to pass it to Jenkins. Loose ball to Wade. Her shot is blocked out of bounds. Last touch by Houston, who was there for the block from behind.
Maybe a little bit too unselfish there for MJ Case. Yep. Probably had an open layup on the right side, tried to throw it across the paint. Down to 6 to shoot here.
Case will trigger it left of the basket. To Mason beyond the arc, getting a screen from Jenkins. Mason all the way to the basket. A little bit too strong. Wade, shot goes back up, did graze the rim, but now cleared by Wayland Baptist. Jenna Cooper Jackson matched her jersey number with 33 points yesterday. 9 of them came in the overtime period against Texas Wesleyan. Edgman was the star for most of that game. Before in the left wing, looking for Edgman. Instead, gives it up top to Cooper Jackson. She'll shoot it from anywhere. That one rims out. Wade pulls down the rebound for Southwestern Christian. Eagles out-rebounded Wayland Baptist in both their meetings this year, despite overall in the year, Southwestern Christian having a negative rebound margin. Wade was a huge part of that. Had at least 10 rebounds in each game. Jenkins in the middle, looking for Wade. Got behind Edgman, finishing through traffic.
That was excellent offense against his own defense. High-low pass, post to post, got it to the elbow.
Wade might be the key player in this game for Southwestern Christian. At least 9 points, at least 10 rebounds in each game. Edgman gets wide open, but missed the bucket. Mason's going to let it go out of bounds.
10 players that are on the floor right now played a lot of minutes yesterday. Not many bench minutes for either team. For Wayland Baptist, their starters played 192 of the 225 minutes, and for Southwestern, it was 164 of the 200.
And it was maybe a little bit more necessary for Wayland Baptist than Southwestern Christian. You brought up the point during the game. At one point, would Mark Arthur maybe rest some of the starters? He really didn't.
Never did.
An early 2-0 lead for Southwestern Christian, looking for their first ever conference tournament championship. We've got a foul against the Flying Queens. It's Ashlyn Shelley for the personal, her first of the team's first. Now, the way Southwestern Christian has beat Wayland twice has just, among other things, just simply performing above how they normally do. They average 74 points per game in the 2 wins. Their season average is just 63. Mason at the free throw line, gives it up to Yager. 7 to shoot. Yager swishes it home.
That is something she did not do yesterday. Langston face guarded her the whole game.
Back in transition, that's the Flying Queens at their best. Even off-made baskets, and it's Taylor Houston for the bucket. Yeah, Yager 0 for 3 from the floor. Only points came to the free throw line. But third most threes in the conference entering tonight. She's open again from the far side. She'll pull again and hit again.
Maybe that's why Langston face guarded her the whole game yesterday.
It's an 8-2 start for Southwestern Christian. They shot 50% between the two regular season meetings against the Flying Queens, breaking the zone. Cooper's runner doesn't go. Rebounded by Jenkins. Mason will slow things down up to the opposite side. Yager's in that spot again. The shot's no good, but she was fouled.
Yeah, Taylor Houston's being put in a tough spot in this zone defense because Yager over there in that wing corner spot, that's going to be the responsibility of Taylor Houston out of that zone. And she's been a little bit slow getting out there a couple of times, and that time ran her over, and 3 free throws coming.
Substitution for Emily Segala coming in for on before Segala. The go-ahead free throws late in overtime yesterday. 3 free throws for Yager, 76.9% shooter. Already has made 2 threes in this game. In one of the meetings earlier this year, she had a personal 10-0 run against Wayland Baptist, which helped them get some breathing room. It was during the third quarter of their second game. The game played at Southwestern Christian. It's 9 consecutive points for the Eagles scored by Yager. They lead at 11-12. Edgman far post left side, guarded by Jenkins. Couple of all-conference players on that matchup. Houston in the middle against Wade. Kick out to Edgman, leaving for Segala. Segala's 3 off the back of the rim. Wayland Baptist thought she was fouled on the follow-through. We'll see if they get it over to Yager again. She was going along the baseline, but covered up that time by Houston. Looking for Jenkins in the middle, just got to her, 12 to shoot. Now it's going to be Case trying a 3. Off back iron, rebounded by Houston, quickly ahead to Cooper. And now Segala to push, angling towards the middle. Segala now will call the play up near the top of half court. Edgman reversing to Cooper. Quick shot from the right of the paint for her first basket tonight.
That's a tough pass there for Caitlin Edgman to make across about 3 defenders.
Now, during this 9-game win streak, the dynamic duo of Cooper, Jackson, and Edgman have taken things to even a higher level. Wade couldn't handle the pass. It's going to be turned over. Shelley coming away with it for the Flying Queens. Leads for the trailing Jackson, who is wide open. Shot kind of came off awkwardly. Hits off the right side of the rim.
Wayland Baptist 0 for 4 from 3 to start the game today.
Jenkins in the middle. Nice feed to Wade. Might have taken an extra dribble, and it gave Edgman, the league leader in blocks, a chance to get over. Cooper looking for a streaking Houston, but knocked out of bounds by Wade. Marshall Bowden coming in for Houston, and Taryn Schultz will check in for Shelley. 11-4 start for Southwestern Christian, and Wayland Baptist leads the all-time series 19-3. It was 19-1 until this season. Wayland Baptist had won 11 straight until they met earlier this year. Bowden underneath the basket, looking to reverse and able to finish. Michelle Bowden during this win streak has upped her production in minutes. Wade right side again, over Edgman for the basket. Quickly to Bowden the other way. Looked like she was fouled by Wade. Play goes on. It'll be Case up the near side. Gets it back from Mason. Reversing to Yager on that far side. Fakes the pass. Segala there to defend. 15 to shoot for Case. Case gets tied up. Kicks out to an open Mason. Her 3 is good.
Well, Jaden Mason doesn't make very many. That's just her 9th of the season.
Mason, 17 yesterday, didn't attempt a three, did her damage driving to the rim. It's a 10-point lead for Southwestern Christian. Now Mason with a help defense knocks it loose. Out to Edgman up top. Edgman driving in. She'll draw a foul. Wade with the personal.
First team foul.
And for both these teams, staying out of foul trouble is going to be huge. Now, Caitlin Edgman, who yesterday at 28, making the first free throw, also had 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 5 blocks in the game. Makes both free throws at 16-8. Yesterday, Wayland Baptist, their largest deficit they faced was 8. Get down by 10 early in this game. Yager receiving the pass in front of Schultz. Mason in the middle to Wade. Couple defenders on her, has to get rid of it, and does. 3 to shoot for Jenkins with a mid-range jumper.
Yeah, she made her living doing that yesterday. Lots of baseline jumpers, mid-range, 15 to 18 feet.
Back the other way, it's Segala unable to get the shot at the rim. We've got a jump ball between Schultz and Wade. Possession will stay with Wayland Baptist. Southwestern Christian, a 6 of 11 start overall, 3 of 4 from 3. On before, Shelley Houston back in for the Flying Queens. Yet to see a substitution for Southwestern Christian. Edgman over the closeout from Jenkins, and Edgman with the jumper for the left side. Over 20 a game for Edgman during this win streak, and she's now played in 4 career conference tournament games, or I should say more than 4 games the last 2 years in the conference tournament, and has scored over 20 points in 3 of them. A foul on Ashlyn Shelley, her second personal, and the 3rd team foul, so Shelley will check out. Taryn Schultz back in. Mason has some space, not firing the 3 this time, 10 to shoot for the Eagles. Yager giving back to Mason. Mason crossing over, able to get past Cooper Jackson, and off the glass and in.
That's what she was doing toward the end of the game yesterday, just waiting until the end of the shot sequence and somehow creating an open lane for herself to the basket.
Back to a 10-point lead, 20-10. On before surveying the defense. We'll leave it for Cooper Jackson. Gets it back to on before. 10 to shoot for Wayland. On before driving baseline right. Bumps into Wade. Offensive foul. A calculated gamble by Lauren Wade, who's picked up a foul already. On before's first, the team's 4th.
First turnover for Wayland Baptist. SCU also an early 8-4 advantage on the boards.
Near turnover by Southwestern Christian. Yesterday, it's one of those where on paper you kind of wonder a bit how Wayland Baptist won because they turned it over 24 times. Texas Wesleyan had 38 offensive rebounds. But Wayland Baptist was able to operate in a high efficiency as Case hits a floater from the left side, and it leads up to a dozen.
Yeah, you can just go down the list of hustle categories that Wayland Baptist was outdone on by Texas Wesleyan, and really the only thing that made the difference was the foul shooting for TWU.
Cooper Jackson stepping back off the backside of the rim. Battle between on before and Yager, and Case able to save it. And now a foul against Wayland Baptist, and the Eagles are in the bonus. On before picks up her second.
And 2 starters now for the Flying Queens with 2 fouls, on before and Ashlyn Shelley. So Segala's got to come back in for on before.
I mentioned at the top, this is a position Wayland has been in a lot. Southwestern Christian has not, but they certainly have not come out tentative, or if there are nerves, they're not showing on the surface. 2 free throws for Jaden Mason, the conference's freshman of the year. Mason on the season, right around 10 points a game. Able to make both. A 24-10 lead for Southwestern Christian. They could not draw it up any better. Edgman will drive in from the baseline, misfires. Houston back up and in.
That was very nearly a tie ball there. Christina Jenkins put her hand on the basketball while Edgman was just holding it over her head. She didn't seem like she was upset about it, but it looked from here like she meant it tied her up.
Double team coming on Mason, able to evade it, lead for Case. A minute to play in the first quarter. Reverse for Yager, fires it over Cooper Jackson. Too long that time. Tracked down a long rebound by Schultz. Edgman will slow down at the three-point arc, lead back for Sigala. A 12-point lead for Southwestern Christian, nearing the end of the first quarter. Cooper Jackson now getting a screen from Sigala, could have been called for a moving screen. Edgman finding a cutting Jackson. Cooper Jackson off the glass and in. Back-to-back buckets by Wayland Baptist. Cuts it to 10. Southwestern Christian can play for one shot under 20 seconds. They made 8 of 14 shots to start off today. Mason still dribbling things out as the clock under 10. Mason with 6, now going to her right, gets trapped. Cooper Jackson knocks it away and out of bounds. And that was actually last off Mason. So Wayland Baptist with 2.38 seconds left to look to get a shot off. Southwestern Christian makes its first substitution. Delaney Reimer in, and Ellie Bruffy in for Wayland Baptist.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, there was no way that went off of Jaden Mason. It was raked out of there by Cooper Jackson, so it's going to be Southwestern basketball.
So 2.38 for the Eagles now. Comes into Reimer. Reimer puts it up and in right as the buzzer goes.
How did she get that wide open on the inbound? In the middle of the lane, just a simple float-in pass, and 12-point lead for the Eagles going to the second.
They look to get to the national tournament for the first time ever, and off to a great start at 26-14. We'll be back in a moment with the second quarter. This is coverage of the Sooner Athletic Conference basketball tournament presented by the Oklahoma Ford dealers. After the first quarter, Southwestern Christian has a 26-14 lead. A team, because they tend to play lower possession, sometimes it's more important to look at their shooting percentage than their points per game. And this portends well when they have shot over 40% in a game from the floor. They are 12-1 of the year, including both games against Wayland Baptist this season. Wayland Baptist during this win streak, it's been their defense that's been a key, but again, 26 first quarter points put on them by Southwestern Christian. Well, extending the zone here in the first possession of the second quarter. Mason finding Jenkins, firing near baseline. Wade an offensive rebound, back up and blocked. Southwestern Christian maintains possession, finding Yager open. Off the back of the rim, tracks down her own miss.
Jason Cooper spent a lot of that time out talking about The scouting report tells you that 10 is going to shoot a lot of threes, and she's made a couple of them already. You got to get out on her.
Reimer leaves for Mason, who'll drive in. Pass is too low for Wade and goes out of bounds.
Yeah, you never want to deliver a pass to a post player at the knees.
Southwestern Christian, just doing what they have found a way to do against Wayland Baptist. First 2 games of the year, shot nearly 50% from the floor in both games combined. Cooper Jackson's turnaround, a bit too strong. Reimer there for the rebound. Reimer towards the top of the arc. Mason to Jenkins, wide open. Might not have been expecting it. It's tipped out by Reimer. Comes right down before, though. Cooper Jackson on the way for Shelley, who's going to play with 2 fouls. Down low to Houston, had a mismatch on Yager, and that's, I don't want to say a wise foul, but one you can certainly live with, because that was not going to be a matchup that was going to fare well. And just the first by Yager, first of the team. Edgman off the inbound, barely touches the net as the shot goes in.
It's the second time she's been wide open off and underneath out of bounds. Just about a 15-foot left angle jumper.
It's a 26-point championship game for Edgman last year, and a win against Texas Wesleyan. Lead is at 10. Reimer's going to fire a 3. Almost got the roll, not quite. Rebounded by Houston. Edgman open off transition, left side, halfway down and out. Houston there, too strong on the putback. And Southwestern Christian's Yager able to tiptoe near the baseline and keep it in play. Timeout called by the Eagles. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Southwestern Christian in the first 2 rounds of the tournament beating teams they had lost to twice in the regular season, in USAO and then in Langston in the quarterfinal round at USAO. And it was a game in which went really back and forth in the final quarter. They led 60-52 with 4:10 left. USAO goes on a 10-0 run to take the lead with 1:32 left, but NJK scored the final 7 points of the game. 2 free throws, then a USAO turnover, then hit a go-ahead 3 with 20 seconds left. USAO missed a potential tying 3 with 8 seconds left, and K sealed it with 2 free throws. And then, as we mentioned yesterday, never trailed in the game, was never tied. Held Langston to a season-low 51 points. But they did it with only 1 made 3-pointer, which is a season low for the Eagles. Only took 7 threes in that game. In this game, they've already taken 7. Reimer's floater off the mark, rebounded by Edgman. Wayland Baptist down by 10. Case getting ready to come back in the game for Southwestern Christian. Cooper Jackson over Reimer, offline, long rebound is going to trickle out of bounds. Cooper Jackson in yesterday's game for Wayland Baptist. Overall from the floor, 11 of 14 and 3 of 5 from 3. She's misfired on her first 3-point tries tonight. Case back in the game after a breather heading into the quarter and for about the first 3 minutes of the second. Jenkins back to Reimer, taken away by On-Before. Now a 3-on-1 for Wayland Baptist. On-Before leaves for Cooper Jackson. A little bit awkward looking shot. Had to sling it from her hip and miss. Now Reimer back the other way. O'Cole towards the far side.
Yeah, Wayland a little bit more aggressive on the zone defense on the last possession. Getting out on the shooters quicker and collapsing on ball handlers.
Oh, Reimer was so open, she traveled.
Yeah, that's 4 turnovers now by Southwestern Christian. And got Wayland Baptist missing some shots they ordinarily make, and now Southwestern starting to turn it over a little bit too much. It's still a 10-point game, but it feels like a potential swing time in the game right now.
And Southwestern Christian, who started this quarter 0 of 6 from the floor. Cooper Jackson for On-Before, left of the paint. Up top, it's Edgman. He's back for on before from the elbow, back rim, rebounded by Wade. You know, between Wade and Jenkins, two of the top 6 in rebounds per game of the conference. Able to cover up Yager on the far side. Case has got it, 14 to shoot. Reimer now with 9. Case will go to the middle, all the way to the basket. Bit too strong. Taken away by Wayland Baptist. Pass comes to Cooper Jackson, looking back to Houston. Over Wade, off the glass and in.
6 for Taylor Houston, and that's big in a game like this. If you can get some of the non-stars, so to speak, to contribute some points you don't ordinarily get out of them, that can be a big-time thing in a championship game.
Houston, an all-freshman team performer, as most freshmen do, getting better as the season went on. Reimer from mid-range is open, off back rim. Wade couldn't corral the rebound. And now Southwestern Christian 0 for 8 to start the quarter. Bowden and Schultz back in for Wayland Baptist, replacing Shelley and Houston. They've led by as many as 14 in this game. It's currently an 8-point lead at 26-18. Wayland Baptist trailed by as many as 8 in the second quarter. Went on a 10-2 run over 440, and now a takeaway by Southwestern Christian. Reimer towards the hoop, left it short. Ball is loose. It'll be apparently last touched by Southwestern Christian, even though it looked like on before. I think the official on the baseline saying it already hit out of bounds before on before touched it.
Either that or somebody was lying on the baseline when there was contact with the basketball, one of the two. But I think the more likely description is there should have been a foul called on the other end, so Wayland gets the basketball in that scenario.
Cooper Jackson for Edgman, pump fake, gets past Jenkins, unable to get the roll. Jenkins comes in to grab the rebound. Case getting it back from Reimer. It's Yager on the left wing. She'll fire over on before. Off the mark that time. Yager has now missed 3 straight after making her first 2. Schultz is open for 3, and Taryn Schultz, her first basket tonight, and the team's first made 3-pointer. A 7-0 run for the Flying Queens to begin the second quarter. Jenkins shot over Bowden. Awkward looking, missed the basket, goes out of bounds. 0 for 11 now. Jaden Mason back in. Lauren Masquad also in for the first time for Southwestern Christian.
Yeah, that shot for Jenkins looked like one you take at the end of the shot clock. She almost didn't even look at the basket, just turned and threw it up.
Cooper Jackson double teamed, somehow able to keep her pivot foot. Passes out of trouble. Ball now knocked loose by Mason, who eventually bumps into Schultz.
That's 2 on Jaden Mason.
Foul on Jaden Mason, her first personal, second team foul.
Well, apparently just her first.
Seven unanswered by Wayland Baptist. Edgman reversing to Cooper Jackson. On before leaves for Cooper Jackson. Couple feet behind the arc. Pinballs out. Wade, nice rebound. Southwestern Christian has not scored a point almost 7 minutes into this quarter. After the fast start. Masquad with 8 to shoot. Pass for Mason deflected. Case a long 3. Left side off the rim. Masquad will track down the rebound on the weak side. Case is called for a travel.
Well, I like what Wayland Baptist is doing with their defense. Their zone defense is usually kind of a 1-3-1 that sometimes sinks into a 3-2. But when Tresha Yager went out of the was going off in the early part of the game, they moved to a 2-3 and put Jenna Cooper-Jackson on one of the blocks, so she would be the one with the assignment on Yager. Now that Yager's out of the game, they went back to their traditional zone defense, got a stop out of it.
Down by 5, trailed by as many as 14. Cooper-Jackson off to Schultz in the middle. It's Edgman. Edgman spinning to her left, almost got an off-balance shot to go. Southwestern Christian right now with 2:17 left in the first half. It's just kind of like a boxer that's being put on his heels, just trying to get to the bell, it seems like. Wade, tough shot for a much-needed bucket.
6 points now for Lauren Wade. She's also got 6 rebounds in the game.
She and Jenkins have not come out of this game. And now we've got a foul against Wayland Baptist. Edgman going for the rebound. Her first, the team's first.
Her first team foul for Wayland.
.154 to go in the second quarter. With Southwestern Christian now up by 7. Wayland looking for a 5th consecutive conference tournament championship. Mason spinning, raked across the arm as she went up. Play goes on. Down to 1:23 in the first half at a 7-point Southwestern Christian lead. Cooper-Jackson, 10 to shoot, finds a wide open Houston.
8 first half points for Taylor Houston, averages just over 6 a game. She's found herself open on the block off some double teams.
And didn't have the huge numbers like Edgman and Cooper-Jackson yesterday, but she had a really nice game at 8 points and 9 rebounds, battling with the Texas Wesleyan bigs. Jenkins, a shot that again looked to be a little bit forced and quick. It ends up missing the rim and going out of bounds. 46.7 to go in the first half. Wayland once down by 14 has got it to 5. They have outscored Southwestern Christian 9-2 in the quarter. We've got a foul before the shot. Before the shot, it will not count. It's on Mason going through Segala on a screen, and that will be Mason's second. Team's third.
Going to be on Lauren Masquat.
Now, they've changed the foul to Lauren Masquat.
I don't know that they did. Let's see. Yeah, they did. Masquat. So that's her first, and so that's the second time we've tried to assign the second foul to Jaden Mason and been wrong.
That'll be Masquat's first personal.
We've got another foul. This is going to be on Jenkins, and that puts the Flying Queens in the bonus. No, maybe it is only 4.
It's just 4 in the quarter.
Yeah. Shelley coming back in. Cooper-Jackson over to Houston, and Houston shuffled her feet. Ellie Bruffy will come in for Cooper-Jackson, who will get a little extra breather, at least on the defensive end before halftime. I would imagine if there is a dead ball and Wayland Baptist has another chance on offense, she would come back in. They can play for the final shot. Case passing off to Jenkins. Second time we've seen her pass up a shot, but a steal by Wade, who will hoist it. It's off the glass. And the first half ends with Southwestern Christian in their bid to go to the national tournament for the first time in school history, leading Wayland Baptist 28-23 at the break. We will step aside for a moment, come back with a look inside the first half numbers. You're watching the Sooner Athletic Conference Network.
This is Ford Truck Month, America. Time to get up and get into Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 46 years straight, including Ford F-150 and the all-new Ford Super Duty. Or check out Ford Maverick and Ford Ranger. So get into Ford Truck Month and see what a built Ford tough truck can do for you, where there's a great selection in stock. Drive home a new Ford F-150 today with 0.9% financing for 60 months, only at your best in Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Time in Oklahoma City with the 6th seed Southwestern Christian Eagles leading the 4 seed Wayland Baptist Flying Queens as Southwestern Christian looking to win their first ever conference tournament title, deny the Queens a 5th consecutive conference tournament win. And Southwestern Christian, boy, what a tale of 2 quarters it was in the first half, in which they scored 26 points on 9 of 15 shooting in the first. They go 1 of 15 from the floor. I believe it was the first 12 shots they missed in that quarter, and only end up with 2 points in that second. But Wayland Baptist only scored 9 in the second. So for the game, it's Southwestern Christian going 10 of 30, which, hard to believe, 10 minutes ago that would have ended up the case, statistically speaking. 3 for 9 from 3 and 5 of 5 at the free throw line for Wayland Baptist. They're held 10 of 29, 1 of 8 from 3. 3-pointers have been a key to Wayland's success of late, as during this win streak, they have made over 9 threes per game, but held just 1 for 8, and it was by Terrence Schultz, who doesn't score a ton. They only shot 2 free throws. They're by Caitlin Edgman, who made both. Southwestern Christian, as they did in the regular season matchups, winning the rebounding battle so far, 21-17, and the offensive rebound 6-3, in which second chance points, though, however, were 4-0 for Wayland Baptist. Southwestern Christian with 9 assists on their 10 field goals. For Wayland Baptist, 8 on their 10. That's typically what they do. A bit higher rate for Southwestern Christian. 6 turnovers by Southwestern Christian, 4 by Wayland Baptist. Points off of turnovers, 2-0 for Southwestern Christian, so no points off the 6 turnovers turned in by Wayland Baptist. Individual scorers were led by Tresha Yager, who scored 9 consecutive points for Southwestern Christian very early in the game, made a couple threes and was fouled shooting another one. Yager ends up going 2 of 5 from the floor, 7 by Jaden Mason, 6 from Lauren Wade, 2 each from MJ Case, Christina Jenkins, and Elaney Reimer. Her basket was as the first quarter expired for Wayland Baptist. Caitlin Edgman leads the way with 6 points, but on 2 of 7 shooting. Jenna Cooper-Jackson with 4 points to go along with 4 assists for the nation's leader in assists. Cooper-Jackson, though, is just 2 for 10. So between Edgman and Cooper-Jackson, 10 points on 17 shots in the first half. Wayland Baptist was led by Taylor Houston, who not only had 8 points, but 7 rebounds as well to lead all players. 3 by Taryn Schultz, 2 by Marshall Bowden. The leading rebounder for Southwestern Christian was Lauren Wade with 6. So Southwestern Christian, led by as many as 14, and currently leading by 5 at the break. And, well, I really don't know what, I mean, if you're Southwestern Christian, obviously you're still happy to be ahead. You score only 2 points in the second quarter, yet you still lead by 5 at halftime.
Well, and here's the deal. Jenna Cooper-Jackson is not going to keep shooting a 2 of 10 clip.
Yeah.
Eventually, she's going to hit 1, and then she's going to hit 3, and then it's going to be trouble for Southwestern Christian. So that's something to watch for in the second half. You know, I think the mixing up of zone defenses by Wayland Baptist really confused things for Southwestern Christian offensively. When, Tresha Yager's hitting threes early, that obviously helps, but they were getting some wide open looks against the zone early on in the game, and Wayland Baptist shored that up. So credit to them for that, and we'll see what the adjustments are in the second half.
Second game tonight for the men's championship. It'll be the top 2 seeds, Langston against Wayland Baptist. They split their 2 regular season meetings, only 1 of 2 losses for Langston so far, 5th-ranked team of the country. Meanwhile, Wayland Baptist enters today a huge comeback, and last night they have won 13 of their last 14 games. And again, that'll be after our women's game, and at halftime, it is Southwestern Christian looking for their first ever win in the conference tournament championship, leading 28-23. Back in around 8 minutes with the start of the second half here on the Sooner Athletic Conference Network.
Hollingsworth, and I'm an outfielder for MACU softball. My experience at MACU has been really great for my softball career and for my academics, and as well as my spiritual development walking with Christ. And I've been able to really flourish because my coaches believe in me and they want me to succeed, and they give me that opportunity to play and do that. So the professors here at MACU have really helped me specify what I wanted to do with my degree, and they're always looking to accommodate and help me find success. I'm proud to be an evangel because it has given me the chance to be a part of a family on the softball field and in the classroom, and I've been able to grow with my relationship with Christ. When I tell people about my experience at MACU, I always tell them about the small community and how I feel like I get that one-on-one experience with everyone that I meet, and as an athlete they care about more than just how I play. They want to know how I'm doing. I feel loved here and I feel cherished. I'm Faith Hollingsworth, and I'm a MACU evangel.
MACU has affected my life in every single area. It's affected my spiritual life, it's affected my educational life, it's affected my social life.
It affected my life in like a really positive way because I'm a Christian. That's why I love MACU, because you can be yourself.
MACU's done a great job preparing me for life outside, especially getting into med school.
MACU has challenged me in my education in ways that I've never thought I would be challenged.
We just are literally a family, and I love that, and I love our friend group and the way that we're all able to grow together spiritually. That's so good.
I always wanted to live what I'm living right now, like living on campus, playing soccer for the school, and living community. For me, was the perfect choice.
To be in an environment where you have your professor's number, you can reach them anytime. Being at MACU, where everyone wants you to succeed and do like the best you can in whatever you want to do, is huge.
MACU is different because I see people caring about my life here. They don't see you like as a number.
I love campus life. There's just so much to do, and there's never a dull moment. MACU's fun. Like, it's a fun place to be, and I'm glad that I'm here.
I'm Marcus Moeller, the athletic director here at Mid-America Christian University. At MACU, we are committed to excellence in athletics. Today, I am honored to share with you about our newest facility, the O'Brien Family Training Center. The O'Brien Family Training Center is a 19,000 square foot complex which features an on-campus workout facility for both our athletes and our general student population. This space features top-of-the-line weights made by Eleco, as well as cardio equipment like treadmills, elliptical machines, and stair climbers. This space really is designed to give our student athletes an edge in training and competition while also providing a terrific space to rehab from those injuries. Speaking of injuries, a state-of-the-art training room connects to that workout facility and is a dynamic area for our athletes to receive the care and attention they need when they are injured. The facility also houses locker rooms for men's and women's soccer, softball, and baseball. Each of these locker rooms comes equipped with touchscreen monitors so that coaches can watch game film with their athletes. The addition of these locker rooms has created an incredible home for each of our teams as they prepare for games and for practices. For our baseball and our softball teams, the O'Brien Center features a turfed-in hitting facility with 3 full hitting bays and an additional pitching tunnel. This temperature-controlled space allows our athletes the ability to work on their games year-round regardless of the weather outside. The final piece of the O'Brien Center is the Pickens Family Conference Room and the coaches' offices. These areas provide critical spaces for our coaches and student athletes to meet about their sport, academics, and even in discipleship. We are incredibly blessed to have the O'Brien Family Training Center at MACU. This facility is just part of the reason that we are one of the premier athletic programs in the country. Next time you're on campus, please give us a shout. We would absolutely love to give you a tour of this incredible facility.
This is Ford Truck Month, America. Time to get up and get into Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 46 years straight, including Ford F-150 and the all-new Ford Super Duty. Or check out Ford Maverick and Ford Ranger. So get into Ford Truck Month and see what a built Ford tough truck can do for you, where there's a great selection in stock. Drive home a new Ford F-150 today with 0.9% financing for 60 months. Only at your best in Oklahoma Ford dealer.
MACU has changed my life. I can say by far it was one of the best decisions I could have ever made. What I really like about MACU is our community is really close. Everybody knows each other. The environment is unbelievable. The relationships here for me have been really, really important. I think the professors have been amazing with me, and there's more than a relationship than a professor-student. It's like more also as a friend, and I really, really appreciate that. My best experience has been soccer, to be honest, because I've learned so much from my teammates, from my coaches. The leadership from my coach has been unbelievable. My growth spiritually at MACU has been huge for me, to be honest. The things like going to chapel and even the environment of the school has impacted my life in a different ways. You have a little bit of understanding about Christianity, but once you come here in MACU, you get into it, you go to chapel, and actually you read the Bible. It's helping me through daily choices, relationships in a way that I could have never thought, to be honest, before. My name is Andri Coppa, and I'm a MACU Avenger.
Games at Southwestern Christian, a 6 seed, looking to get their first ever. It is the second time in 3 years we have seen a team seeded 6 or lower get to the conference tournament final. Langston did it 2 years ago as a 7 seed, lost to Wayland Baptist. That was a tournament that was played all at home site, still coming out of COVID. Good
crowds here from both sides. Good atmosphere for this game.
Now, Wayland always travels well. Southwestern Christian, of course, nearby, just up the road. They open up with the ball. Wayland, that is. Here it's Shelley angling towards her bench. Edgman will drive in, rise and fire and hit. And make it now a 3-point game. Starters back out on the floor for both teams. Jenkins long two off the back of the rim. Tipped out by Mason, kept it alive. Yager now near the corner. Giving off to Case, and now they get it back to Case. Case finding Wade on the left block, put it on the ground. Jenkins going to try another jumper, and this one will go down. Just her second made in 7 tries. Well, they've already equaled their point total from last quarter. Lead extended back up to 5. Cooper Jackson finding it cutting on the floor. Good help defense by Wade, and then a foul. As Yager hit the ground hard, again trying to gather the rebound. It'll be on Houston.
Second personal.
Last season in the finals, Wayland winning 85-71. They led by 9 at half. Texas Wesleyan, though, came out on a big run to start the second half. Wayland led by 3 entering the fourth, then went off in the fourth quarter, and Case is going to be called for a travel. Minute and a half into the second half. A 5-point lead for Southwestern Christian. Our difference at halftime. Cooper Jackson, off-angled shot, gets knocked around, eventually in the hands of Case. Cooper Jackson now just 2 for 11 from the floor. Mason sidestepping it on before is fouled.
That's 3 on before.
Brought it up yesterday in the semifinals when on before moved to the starting lineup. It coincided with the win streak for Wayland Baptist. She's been playing a lot of minutes lately, at least 30 in each of the first 2 games of the conference tournament. Jenkins, another long 2, and Wade going to be whistled for a foul. Tangled up with Houston, trying to grab the rebound. Wade with her second. Team's first of the quarter. We saw a total of 10 fouls between the teams in the first half. Shelley for a cutting Cooper Jackson, met by Case. Edgman at the top of the arc, right wing, it's on before. Case sticking with Cooper Jackson, under 10 to shoot. Cooper Jackson at the elbow, leaving for Shelley. Shelley traipsing along the arc, now inside, off to Houston, power dribble to the basket, lost the handle, shot did not hit the rim, it's going to be a shot clock violation.
They really did get a good look at it, but like you said, just kind of lost control going up, threw it over the top of the rim.
Maybe rush things with the shot clock winding down. Case across the lane. Case, the basket blocked by Edgman. Comes to Wade. With her back to the basket. Off the glass and in.
He needs to look at the rim.
Houston gets it back, working against Wade. Out to on before. The lead up to 7. Cooper Jackson through the middle. The floater good. We'll see if that gets her going again. 6th all-time in Wayland Baptist history. Past former teammate and a 2-time Conference Player of the Year, Kaylee Edgman, with her 33 yesterday in the all-time ranks. 12 to shoot for Mason. Jenkins was calling for it in the middle. Mason penetrates. Case finding Yager. High arcing 3. Missed the bucket. Trying to get over the closeout of Houston. Now Houston running from end to end, gets it from Cooper Jackson and lays it in. Down to 3 once again. Wayland Baptist has never led in this game. Southwestern Christian has never trailed inside the Gaulke Activity Center here in the conference tournament semis and finals, and Jenkins with the long 2 near the corner.
It's the 9th game in double figures for Taylor Houston now, and she leads Wayland Baptist, at least for the moment.
Under 10 to shoot, on before controlling. Crossing to her right inside the arc. Edgman's going to try a 3. Somehow spins out. Mason cross-court pass to Yager in the corner. Takes one dribble, picks it up. Mason open, straight on. Too long, off the back rim. Case tracking it down. She's the one, though, that touched it last as it goes out of bounds.
And that's not a bad shot there for Jaden Mason. Even though she's not much of a three-point shooter, that's an open look. However, that is not the shot that Southwestern Christian has been seeking in this tournament. They are not concerned with a shot clock. They are going to use as much time as they can, and that time that was early in the shot sequence.
Houston comes out. Ellie Bruffy is in. Lob for Cooper Jackson down low. Over 2 defenders it in. She's matched her point total for the first half in the first 5 minutes of the quarter. Jenkins at the line, harassed by Bruffy. Now she jumps on it. Wade will foul Cooper Jackson from behind. That's 3 on Lauren Wade.
Yeah, that's a big sequence right there. Jenkins a little bit out of her comfort zone, trying to handle the basketball, head of the circle, and it leads to the 3rd foul, and Lauren Wade has to come out of the game, and she's been big for SCU in this one with 8 points and 7 rebounds.
Well, with Houston out as well, Mark Arthur, I think he can live with it a little bit easier having to put Reimer in for her.
Oh, nice.
Pace able to deny the feed intended for Cooper Jackson. It will go out and stay with Wayland Baptist. Yeah, on that last sub, he used to typically have seen Bowden come in for Houston, but instead goes to Bruffy instead. Cooper Jackson, who's had Case on her. Now they're really starting to focus on working her down low, and starting to get more points as a result. Reimer on the baseline, traveled with it, and Wayland Baptist will have a chance to take their first lead tonight. Southwestern Christian calling timeout. Wayland Baptist is within 1. It is 34-33 with 4:15 to play in the 3rd quarter. Now, since it was 24-10 with 1:19 left in the first quarter, Southwestern Christian has scored a grand total of 10 points. And been outscored 23-10. If the Flying Queens, who likely are in good position to get back to the national tournament anyway, but a win tonight will leave no doubt, it would be the 30th all-time national tournament bid. It would also be the 1,750th win in their program's history. They're also looking to get to the tournament for a 10th consecutive year. And a chance to take their first lead tonight. They put Reimer on Cooper Jackson instead. And Reimer holds strong. They get the stop. Case up the far side for Southwestern Christian. Poked away by Bruffy. Bruffy's had a couple of good defensive plays, but she throws it away to Jenkins. Yager's been quiet since the first quarter. Case will give it back to her. Still a 1-point lead for Southwestern Christian. Jenkins in the middle, out to Case, open left side, too strong. Reimer, an offensive rebound for a cutting Case who finishes. Just her second basket tonight. Back the other way, it's Bruffy underneath, able to finish with her momentum taking her to the baseline.
How many times has Wayland Baptist scored in transition off a made basket?
Yeah, that's what they do best. Case missing the three. Another chance for Wayland to go in front. .251 to play in the third. Shelley cutting the basket. Going to her left, short. Looked like a held ball, and now it is called in possession with the Eagles. Karen Schultz checks in. Emily Segala also enters. And Lauren Masquad will give Yager a blow. Southwestern Christian just 5 of 26 from the floor since that 9 of 15 start of the first. Case towards the baseline. Wayland thought there was a push-off. It was close. Masquad open for three off the front of the rim. A track down by Case. Case step through, going to be called for a travel. MJ Case, her fifth turnover tonight.
How about 10 offensive rebounds by Southwestern as well? Leading the rebounds 29-20 overall.
Yeah, again, they won the rebounding battle in the first two games against Wayland Baptist despite having a negative rebound margin overall this season. And now a throwaway by Segala, trying to get it to Cooper Jackson. Wade will check back in. Playing with 3 fouls, minute 57 to go in the third. It's a 36-35 lead for Southwestern Christian. Reimer leaving for Mason. Masquad pops out far side. 10 to go on the shot clock. Jenkins fouled by Bruffy on the jump shot. They have not had many foul shots in this game, just 7 total to this point. Christina Jenkins at 65.6% of the year. Six points so far for Jenkins, along with 4 rebounds. Nothing but net on the first for Jenkins, a senior out of Elgin, Oklahoma, second year in the program after transferring from Redlands Junior College. Rims out the second. It's a 2-point game with a minute and a half to go in the third quarter. Cooper Jackson right of the paint, out to Bruffy for the lead. Offline, Mason is fouled. She's the one fouled by Schultz.
Yeah, that is a surprise. Schultz just blocking out there, and what the call is that she kind of wrapped around and backed into her and committed the foul. That's not something you often see called.
Schultz's first foul. Team's fourth. And off to Mason. Reimer, step back, 3 is good. A first made three since the first quarter for Southwestern Christian. They lead by 5. 46 seconds to go in the third. Cooper Jackson off to Segala. Segala for the answer. It's long, coming to Bruffy. 10 on the shot clock now for Wayland. Edgman crossing to her left for Bruffy with 4 to shoot. Schultz from the corner, line drive, rattles in.
That's who they wanted to get it to right there. Taryn Schultz made one in the first half. She knocks that one in, gets it right back.
Southwestern Christian can play for the final shot. 15 seconds to go in the third. We got a 2-point game. Mason with 6 now. High screen from Wade. Mason to her right, gets the shot off. Tip in by Masquad, a bit short. And it's going to be a 2-point game heading to the fourth quarter with the score 42-38. We'll be back with the final 10 minutes. This is the Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament presented by the Oklahoma Ford Dealers. Go to the fourth quarter with Southwestern Christian ahead by 2. Now, looking at the 2 regular season meetings, the fourth quarter stood out. Southwestern Christian controlled the fourth quarter in both games. A combined 45-27 score in which they went 19-26 from the floor, while Wayland Baptist went just 10-36. And included a game at Wayland Baptist in which they were down by 11 in the fourth, came back to tie it and send it to overtime. Wayland opens with possession. It's on before Bruffy, Edgman, along with Shelley and Cooper Jackson. Wayland has never led in this game. Bruffy open from the baseline, too long. Wade had her hands on it, goes down to the ground. We've got a jump ball, and possession will be to the Eagles. For Southwestern Christian, it's Reimer, Mason, Masquad, Wade, and Jenkins. No Tresha Yager on the floor to start the quarter. Reimer going to her right, 12 to shoot. Leaves on the bounce for Masquad. Down to 6 to shoot. Masquad looking for help. Off to Reimer. Reimer looking to get a shot up. Missed the basket. That'll be a shot clock violation.
Yeah, it's interesting that Mark Arthur has gone without MJ Case and Tresha Yager on the floor to start this quarter. This is an important time in the game, and it'll be interesting to see how long those two are on the bench. Not long. Here comes MJ Case.
Cooper Jackson turning to her left for the tie. This game is even with under 9 minutes to play.
And that is not an easy shot that Jenna Cooper Jackson just made. Turn around the middle of the floor.
Jenkins drives in, kicks to Reimer, sets, fires the 3, and makes for the second time this half.
Yeah, Reimer and Yager are really the only two on this Southwestern Christian team that shoot threes. And not a team that relies heavily on the 3, but those two are the most capable shooters, and they've each hit 2 in the game.
They respond. Able to recover on Cooper Jackson, finding Bruffy, kicks to Edgman for the tie. Pops out, tipped around, still loose, ends up with Jenkins. And Southwestern Christian beat Wayland Baptist for a third time. Entry feed to Wade, gets tapped around, she's in some trouble. Able to dribble out of it, and now is fouled.
Boy, Lauren Wade just keeps making plays.
Yeah, made something out of absolutely nothing.
First of all, she has great hands. To even catch that pass in that location was impressive. And then able to get away from a double team, get into the middle and draw a foul and get herself to the foul line. Could not be more impressed with her game today.
Wade's got 8 points, 8 rebounds. This is her first time at the free throw line where she shoots 72%. First one bangs out. Meanwhile, Wayland Baptist, they have still only shot 2 free throws all game today. It's not like Southwestern Christian has shot a ton though, but Wade, empty trip to the line. It'll stay a 3-point game. Under 8 minutes to go. In one, without hyperbole, one of the biggest games in Southwestern Christian's program history. Bruffy able to get a tough shot to go for the right side. Reimer near the corner. Passing around the perimeter to Jenkins. Nowhere to go for Jenkins. Mason, 12 to shoot. Fires it towards the basket. Now Sigala comes away with a loose ball. She'll look to push. Sigala, hesitation move, blocked away by Case.
I don't quite know how to describe the face that MJ Case made when she blocked that shot out of bounds. It was a combination of disbelief and impressed with herself.
Caden Taylor is in for the game for the first time. Edgman shot of it short. Wade battling for the rebound. Bruffy kept it alive, and then it goes out Southwestern Christian. Well, Mason comes out. .708 remaining on the game clock. Another chance for Wayland to take their first lead tonight. Edgman pump fake to the basket, and the Queens in front. 44 to 33. Their first lead comes 33 minutes into the game. It's the first time in the last 2 days Southwestern Christian has trailed at any point. How will they respond? Reimer drives baseline. Reverses to Case. Her shot is short. And the rebound by Cooper Jackson. Sigala's got it up top for Wayland Baptist, again with their first lead tonight in hand. Looking for a 5th straight conference tournament championship. Edgman kicking out to Bruffy, straight on 3, off the back of the rim. Comes in the hands of Edgman, who is fouled. It'll be the first free throw shot by Wayland Baptist since the first quarter. Case the personal foul. Tresha Yager checks in. It's going to be Lauren Wade who comes out. Edgman's first free throw off the back of the rim. Edgman on the season, a 68% free throw shooter. Timeout called by Wayland Baptist as the Flying Queens in front, 45 to 43 with 6:11 to play. Full timeout, we'll take the break. This is the Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament presented by Oklahoma Ford Dealers.
Truck Month, America. Time to get up and get into Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 46 years straight, including Ford F-150 and the all-new Ford Super Duty. Or check out Ford Maverick and Ford Ranger. So get into Ford Truck Month and see what a built Ford tough truck can do for you, where there's a great selection in stock. Drive home a new Ford F-150 today with 0.9% financing for 60 months. Only at your best in Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Southwestern Christian down by 2 with 6:11 left. Reimer, Case, Taylor, Yager, and Jenkins on the floor for the Eagles. It's Edgman, Cooper, Jackson, Segala, Bruffy, and Shelley for Wayland Baptist. Yager will give it up top to Reimer, halfway through the shot clock. Have to get it inside the arc here. Taylor for Jenkins, contested shot off the side of the rim, got it back, now feeds to Case. Ball is loose, comes out to Jenkins. Fadeaway three for Yager for the put back in the lead.
That was a possession that was in all kinds of trouble.
46-45, Southwestern Christian. Third made three by Yager's got a team high 12. Cooper Jackson with the left hand of the foul. Jenkins with the foul. It's now a 10-point half and counting for Cooper Jackson, who's at the free throw line for the first time. And Cooper Jackson, who's at 88% on the season, makes the free throw. Wayland Baptist back by 2 at 48-46, 5:20 to play. Reimer, high arcing shot, gets the roll on the baseline.
10 now for Delaney Reimer.
This game is tied 48-48 with under 5 minutes left. Kick to Segala, who pump fakes. Cooper Jackson working against Jenkins to the rim. Call for an offensive foul with Yager stepping in to get the charge. Jaden Mason back in to replace Taylor. Southwestern Christian are looking to regain the lead. The fourth quarter was theirs in the first two meetings. Case out to Jenkins, getting it back. Reimer will drive in. The kick now working around to Case. 5 to shoot. Back to Mason. Mason finds an open Reimer for the lead.
Again and again at the end of the shot sequence, Southwestern finding something.
Bruffy almost traveled, then throws it away. 2-point lead for Southwestern Christian. Here comes Case, finds a cutting Jenkins, who's fouled.
Fouls on L.A. Bruffy. That'll be our second. 13 foul.
Jenkins, who has played every minute of this game, played every minute yesterday, played 37 of 40 minutes against USAO. Catching her breath before shooting these free throws, has been a warrior for Southwestern Christian here in the tournament. Calmly makes the first. Cassie on before, back in, as is Taylor Houston for Wayland Baptist. Jenkins going 2 for 2. The lead up to 4 for Southwestern Christian. Cooper Jackson right of the paint. Mason comes in for the double team and steals it away. But now she's poked from behind. It will be a foul on Shelley.
Foul on Axel Shelley. That'll be her third. Fourth team foul for Wayland.
Timeout called by Wayland Baptist. A 30-second timeout. 3:39 remains. With Wayland Baptist down by 4. It has been quite the run for Southwestern Christian to get to this point. Can they close it out?
That's interesting. You've mentioned the shooting percentage being impressive in the 2 games for SCU. There's really not much that's been remarkable outside of that for either game. However, in the game on December the 1st, SCU scored a season-high 81 points, and on January the 28th, they held Wayland Baptist to their season-low 48. And this one much closer to the pace of game 2, which I would imagine is to the liking of Southwestern.
4-point lead and the ball. Case through the middle. Off the line on the shot. Ball is loose. It is last touch by Wayland. $15 of the shot clock. Reimer will be the inbounder for Southwestern Christian. Needs someone to get it into. Now throws it up, and it will land in the hands of Case. Mason to the rim is fouled by Onbefor. Onbefor's 4th. He'll be replaced. Oh no, that's her 5th. Onbefor fouling out, no points, 0-2 shooting, 1 rebound and a steal. Mason, who came in as a freshman, started every game for Southwestern Christian. Their point guard of the present and future makes the first. Missed the second, but it is still a current 7-0 run by Southwestern Christian. 53-48, 3:11 to go. Cooper Jackson wide open, the great find from Shelley.
17 now for Jenna Cooper Jackson.
Back to a 1-possession game. Reimer far out of the right wing for Case. Case crossing to her left, kicks to Mason. Now it's Yager. Straight on for 3. She's got another one.
4 threes in the game for Tresha Yager, 15 points.
Including 2 this half, and Mason for the second time comes in for the help defense to get a steal. Jenkins, that's a quick shot leading. And now it'll be one-on-one here with Cooper Jackson and Mason. Mason steps in front and will be called for a blocking foul.
Yeah, that could be big. Quick baseline jumper. It often leads to a long rebound out front. Jenna Cooper Jackson taking advantage of it. She's top free throw shooter in the conference.
And when they were bringing the 4 back up, MJ Case was trying to tell her teammates, slow down, slow down. Now that'll make it now a 4-point game. Ruffy in for Houston.
By the way, Jenna Cooper Jackson in the second half is 6 of 8 from the field after 2 out of 10 in the first half.
Case looks to her sideline. Up by 4. 2:05 to play. Case driving it against Sigala, goes all the way to the basket, and the foul. Segala the fouler first. Case a 77% free throw shooter. She has tended to be the closer for Southwestern Christian. Taryn Schultz will come in for Segala. A 7-point lead with 1:57 still to go. Cooper Jackson switching direction. She gets fouled in the basket. Good. She'll make it 7 of 9 this half.
Foul going to be on Delaney Reimer. Her first personal, 14 now.
Cooper Jackson has now made 36 of her last 37, make it 37 of 38 free throws. Lauren Wade, who was on the bench for a while, will come in for Reimer. 4-point game, minute 46 left. Now pressure Mason in the backcourt. Case will get in the front court to Jenkins, hands off to Wade. Now into the offense goes Southwestern Christian. Shot clock under 15. Case getting around Cooper Jackson. Kicks to Jenkins. Her jumper good.
That is her shot right there.
6-point lead. Cooper Jackson for 3. Off back rim. Schultz the offensive rebound. Off balance. Put back. No. Now Southwestern Christian with 1:08 left. It's Mason fouled. Southwestern Christian in the bonus. Two coming up for Mason, making the first. It is an 8-point game with 1:08 left. I believe it's Southwestern Christian who called the timeout. Again, so Wayland Baptist still with the timeout would not be able to advance into the front court as there is still 8 seconds above a minute left. Wayland Baptist, after a Jenna Cooper Jackson 3-point play, had a 48-46 lead. That was around the 5:28 mark, but Southwestern Christian responding, and now have taken a 8-point lead. Offense started hot, dormant in the second and third, but picking it up in the fourth, going 7 of 13 from the floor, 3 of 3 from 3-point range. They've also made 6 of their 9 free throws.
That's been kind of a reversal of trends in the tournament. Southwestern Christian had been using the second and third as their advantageous quarters.
Cooper Jackson got fouled, and that's going to put Wayland in the bonus and be number 4 on Wade.
And only 5 seconds off the clock, too.
Well, we just mentioned Cooper Jackson is near perfect at the line. Now 5 for 5 tonight. Has one pop out. Jenkins, the rebound, is quickly fouled. Bruffy, the personal, her third. The second miss in the last 39 free throws by Jenna Cooper Jackson. Jenkins making the first. Well, at least equaled what Cooper Jackson did. There's 1:02 left, so again, Wayland Baptist cannot advance into the front court with a timeout.
That's dangerous.
Shelley almost lost it. 1 minute to play. Now down to 53 seconds. Here's Edgman, who's been quiet. Contested shot off the back of the rim. Case, a strong rebound, and is fouled. Remember, Case yesterday, if you weren't with us, landed hard on her tailbone, and she is slow to get up this time, kind of falling in the same area. Case so far today has made her only free throw. Masquat coming in for Wade. 46.7 seconds left. They have certainly taken care of business at the line of late. When we saw that burn teams on both the men's and women's side yesterday. It is an 11-point lead with 46.7 seconds left for Southwestern Christian on the brink of their first ever trip to the NAIA National Tournament. Now Wayland Baptist will call timeout to get them all in the front court. Talked about how in the regular season meeting, Southwestern Christian had the upper hand in the fourth quarter, and that has been the case so far in the fourth quarter tonight. A 6 seed trying to win the women's tournament, which has been rare to see lower seeds win, period, in the women's side of the bracket in recent history.
Each team has 2 timeouts left. And the possession arrow goes the way of the Flying Queens.
Both teams in the bonus as well. Going to be Cooper Jackson going to her left, pulling up over Case, rims out, Jenkins tips it, comes to Schultz who puts it in. And now a timeout called by Case. 1 timeout remaining for Southwestern Christian. It'll be a full timeout, 37.8 seconds left. After this game is over, regardless of who wins, there will be presentation of the trophy and the presentation of the tournament MVP. The men's final will follow all that, with Langston and Wayland Baptist, the top 2 team in the men's side, taking each other on. Langston in the final for the first time. Wayland Baptist in it for a second consecutive year. Lost by 2 last season in the final against Sagu. Now it was a different situation for Wayland Baptist last year, which they needed to win that game to ensure they were getting into the tournament. Got left out, one of the first teams left out. They'll be in this year. Southwestern Christian trying to finish this one. They'll inbound the ball in the front court, ahead by 9. Reimer came back in the game. Jenkins looking to get it in. It's in the hands of Yager. Will look to be fouled, and she is. Yager was fouled on a 3 early in the game, made all 3. Nearly 77% of the year, but as more of a perimeter player, doesn't get to the free throw line all that often. 39 attempts on the season entering today. No problem, though. One of the 3 seniors that play a lot of minutes along with Jenkins and Wade. And they had their senior night spoiled a bit, which is their only loss in the last 6 games. Edgman driving in, and with the left hand is good. 28 seconds left. They will not call timeout as Mason fouled quickly. 26.8 seconds left. 2 shots coming up for Jaden Mason. Mason missing the first. Last year, Southwestern Christian did participate in the postseason, but in the NCCAA National Tournament, they won it. They dominated. Now they're trying to get to the big prize. Mason goes 1 for 2, a 10-point game with 26.8 seconds left. A timeout by Wayland Baptist. Unofficially 1 remaining.
This will be 30 seconds.
Mark Arthur, we've talked about his resume, longtime head coach of the men's program. He built an athletic department from scratch in the early 90s. Had success as the men's coach, just focused on the AD for about 3 years before taking over as the women's head coach. The court at Pickens Springer Gymnasium is named after him. And he is trying to take the women's team at his university to the national tournament for the first time ever. Over 500 total wins as a head coach. Edgman, long three, it is out of bounds. 24.3 seconds left. We'll see if Jason Cooper has his team continue to foul here with 24 seconds left, down by 10. They are not going to foul. Southwestern Christian gets the ball in the front court. The Southwestern Christian University Eagles are soaring to heights they have never been. They will win their first ever Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament Championship. They are headed to the NAIA National Tournament for the first time ever. The final score of 70-60.
You know, how often do we see teams make a big run in a conference tournament and talk about, got to win the tournament to get in? How often does it actually happen?
Not very often.
What a sight. What a sight here for this Southwestern Christian team. A huge run at the end of the season. They have now won 6 of their last 7 games. Had to have it, and they got it done.
They beat Wayland Baptist 3 times. I have to venture it's been a long time since Wayland Baptist lost to one team 3 times in the same season, and it's the Southwestern Christian Eagles. Congratulations to them. They joined the conference in the 2013-14 season, an NAIA program since 2010. And they are going to the national tournament for the first time ever. They take the automatic bid for the Sooner Athletic Conference for a team that during the regular season was just a bit over 500, as they were entering the conference tournament with a 14-13 record. And they end up winning the tournament. We will step aside for the presentation of the all-tournament team and the conference championship trophy to Southwestern Christian.
Here's this year's 2023 all-tournament team. First up, a couple not able to be here. From Texas Wesleyan, Zaria Carter, and from Langston, Haley Jordan. And now, from Southwestern Christian, Christina Jenkins. From Wayland Baptist, Caitlin Edgman. Also from Wayland, Jenna Cooper Jackson. And this year's conference tournament MVP from Southwestern Christian, MJ. Southwestern Christian and Coach Mark Arthur are headed over to get the trophy, and they will cut down the net. Here come all your picture opportunities. year's Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament champion, Southwestern Christian, head coach Mark Arthur.
Southwestern Christian, winners of the Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament Championship game, 70-60 the final. A game they led for the majority of. Wayland Baptist finally claimed the lead early in the fourth quarter. Their last lead, however, came when it was 48-46, and Southwestern Christian, as they had in the two regular season meetings, controlling the fourth quarter each time. They win the conference tournament championship for the first time. They are headed to the NAIA National Tournament for the first time as well. The tournament MVP, MJ Case, also part of the conference tournament team. Christina Jenkins, her teammate. The other members, Zaria Carter of Texas Wesleyan, Haley Jordan of Langston, Caitlin Edgman, and Jenna Cooper Jackson of Wayland Baptist. We're going to hear from Mark Arthur here in a second as we want to get everything set up so we can have this and put this video out, as a lot of Southwestern Christian fans are reveling here in the moment. Team is about to cut down the nets, as it will be MJ Kaser, again the tournament MVP here in this 70-60 win over Wayland Baptist. So Mark Arthur joins us now. Coach, you've had a long, decorated coaching career, men's side, women's side. You've taken this program now to its first ever national tournament. You win the conference tournament as a 6th seed. How do you put this all in perspective?
It's been a long year. You know, we had a freshman point guard come in, and we had some tough times in the early season. But her and MJ Case, you know, many people don't know MJ played mainly on the reserve team last year. And then she had to come in and fill in for Andrade when she graduated, and she was rusty early in the year too. But freshmen and sophomore have just gotten so comfortable playing together, and they're just super quick and they're really hard to guard. Put that with the good nucleus of big people we have that are seniors that have been there. It just was a great ingredient, and just couldn't be more proud. They work hard every day, even when people don't believe in them. They keep working, and they're just a good group of kids.
Down 2 at USAO late in the game. MJK scores the final 7 points. Yeah. Yesterday it was just a wire-to-wire win, and today get out to that great start. But then the second and third, Wayland Baptist starts to take control. You know, in the 2 regular season meetings, I noticed the fourth quarter, you guys were the stronger team. It was the case again today. What do you credit that to?
You know, we're in pretty good shape. Our girls play a lot of minutes during the year. We work hard in practice. A lot of people think I'm crazy. I don't sub much early, especially. But we try to be in good shape. And, this time of year, even though, like, lineups tonight, some of it was different than we've used all year, but we just thought what we needed to do during this game, and we tried to do it, So had different girls playing different spots because we had different needs tonight. So.
One player who never left the floor, Christina Jenkins, played all 40 minutes today. Played all 40 minutes yesterday. 37 minutes in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
A senior, just what a warrior.
Yeah, and she's just so long and athletic, and she's got pretty good quickness for her size. And 15 feet and in, she's deadly. And so she's just done a great job for us, and we're so happy for her. And happy for all the girls.
And I think between her, Lauren Wade, Tresha Yager, the three seniors, they have all played huge roles tonight.
They did. Just they kind of calm us, And so it's been a fun year for these girls to watch them really improve game by game, and really down the stretch here, we're really playing well.
You mentioned MJ Case last year, didn't get a ton of time with you. What was it that she did to go from last year to this year to play such a big role?
We knew she was good last year. Mentally and understanding the game she struggled with last year, and that's what we had to teach her over the last year. But she, our reserve team plays a lot of JUCOs, so they get good competition, and she just grew. And then this summer, I just told her, I said, you're gonna have the opportunity to do what Andrade did for us, and you've got to step up and make that happen. And so she just keeps getting better and better, and she's just a sophomore. And so we're really excited, though.
Well, the team had never even been to the semifinals of the conference tournament. Of course, to get to the finals is another thing, but it never seemed yesterday or today there were any nerves, at least on the exterior. They seemed like they were just playing loose, never tight, either yesterday or today.
I think some of it, last year we didn't make the NAI field, and we went to the NCCA national tournament, and we won that up there in Indiana. And I think that played we've been there before in a big championship game before last year, and playing some good D2s up the NAI schools, NCAA D2s, and it's good competition up there. And so we won it last year. So we've kind of been in that arena a little bit with the seniors and stuff, and so I think that helped pay off. So.
Last one for you. Andrew and I were saying we'll probably have to go way back in the record books. Last time Wayland Baptist lost 3 times to one team.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. How is it that your team was able to match up so well against them throughout the year?
We try to do our team. We don't have just a lot of just those super athlete stud players that some of the other teams have. Our scouting report has to be really good. We got to rebound really good. We've got to hit free throws. We've got to do all the little things because our margin for error is not very big with this team. And so we just had a good scout. We play them well for some reason. And we kind of know where they're going, and we just try to help each other.
That's head coach Mark Arthur. Mark, congratulations on this. Go enjoy with your team. Best of luck in the upcoming national tournament.
Thank you so much for covering us. Appreciate you. Thanks.
Again, Mark Arthur, over 500 career wins between the women's team and the men's team, and he wins his first ever conference tournament championship with Southwestern Christian's women's program for an institution at Southwestern Christian University. It's people like Mark Arthur who exist all around the country but don't necessarily get a lot of pub. Guys and women who have worked at small colleges tirelessly. Like we said, he built its athletic department in the early 90s from nothing. Started an athletic department from scratch, has been there ever since. A D, men's coach, women's coach, and just a well-respected figure here throughout the conference. The conference's men's side has 2 of his proteges in Josh Gamblin at MacU, Brandon Rollins at Southwestern Christian, who played under him. Again, a guy who's just beloved throughout the conference, and a congratulations to him and his team. Southwestern Christian, a 6 seed, winning the tournament. And again, I made this point yesterday in the semifinals. I think this is a good thing for the conference, which in the women's side, it just has not had the depth of the men's side the last few years. And for a 6 seed to win, and for a 6 seed, a 7 seed to get to the semis, a 4 versus 6 in the finals, it's a rising tide lifts all boats kind of thing. And I think this is very good, and hopefully a start of teams throughout the conference continuing to get better with competition from top to bottom. We'll look at the final numbers before we take a break leading into the men's final. The final score was 70-60. Southwestern Christian shoots 38.6% for this game. It is their second win all season. It is their fifth win of the season when shooting just under 40%. And they again got off to that great start. The first and fourth quarters combined, they were 16 of 28. In quarters 2 of 3, they were just 6 of 29. But they had a 2-point second quarter and still found a way to win this game. From 3-point range, 7 of 17, which included 3 of 3 in the fourth quarter. At the free throw line, no drama down the end when wrapping it up. 19 of 24 overall. For Wayland Baptist, they shoot 41.7% in this game. 25 of 60, just 2 of 16 from 3. We talked about how the three-pointer had been so key for Wayland Baptist in this win streak, averaging over 9 made threes per game in the 9-game win streak. They are held just 2 for 16 today, 8 in each half. They only got to the free throw line 10 times, went 8 for 10. Rebounds were 42-32. Southwestern Christian out rebounding Wayland Baptist in all 3 meetings this year, including a 16-9 edge in the offensive glass. Second chance points were 11-10 for Southwestern Christian. Eagles had 17 assists on their 22 baskets tonight. For Wayland Baptist, it was 15 on 25. Turnovers were 12 for Southwestern Christian and 11 for Wayland Baptist. Points off turnovers, 12-4 for Southwestern Christian. So Wayland Baptist, can only convert 12 turnovers into 4 points in this game. Individual scores for the winner, Southwestern Christian, led by Tresha Yager. The senior was 17. It was, again, a strong start and a strong finish for Yager, who goes 4 of 8 from the floor, all from 3, and also made all 5 of her free throws. 13 for Christina Jenkins, who, as we mentioned, played all 40 minutes tonight, played all 40 minutes yesterday, and 37 of 40 minutes against USAO in the quarterfinals. Jenkins also tied for the game high with 8 rebounds. 12 for Delaney Reimer off the bench. Reimer was huge tonight for Southwestern Christian. 5 of 9 and 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. Also had a defensive assignment against Jenna Cooper-Jackson, a large chunk of the evening. 11 for Jaden Mason, 9 for NJ Case, 8 for Lauren Wade to go along with 8 rebounds. Jenna Cooper-Jackson had 23 points for Wayland Baptist as the super senior goes 9 of 21 for the floor after a 2 for 10 start, 7 of 11 in the second half, as she had 19 of her 23 points after halftime. Caitlin Edgman, a relatively quiet 13 points tonight. Edgman did also have 6 rebounds, 4 assists. She played all 40 minutes in this game. Edgman with 6 points of the first 7 in the second. 10 by Taylor Houston with a team-high 7 rebounds. 8 for Taryn Schultz, 4 by Ellie Bruffy, 2 by Marshall Bowden. To wrap up our look inside the final box score. Southwestern Christian, again, as a 6 seed, wins the conference tournament. A road win at USAO in the quarters. Wire-to-wire win of the semis against Langston. And then tonight, the game they got off to such a great start. Really struggled in the middle 20 of this game, but then finished strong in the fourth, as they had all year, especially in their matchups against USAO. And they will represent the conference tournament, the conference's automatic bid in the upcoming national tournament. Selection show is Thursday night. They'll learn where they are headed, and the national tournament begins next week. So congratulations to Southwestern Christian. They end a 9-game win streak for Wayland Baptist in this process. Wayland had not lost since they had played Southwestern Christian the previous time. So that is it for our first final game tonight. We will have the men's championship game coming up later. It'll feature the top 2 seeds in Langston and Wayland Baptist. They split their regular season meetings with each team winning at home. And Wayland Baptist, a team that enters tonight having won 13 of 14. Langston, the 5th-ranked team in the country, as they are 27-2 on the year. For my partner, Andrew Himes, I'm Alex Friedman, signing off for now. Again, keep it here, though. We will have the men's tournament final coming up after we clear the floor and the teams warm up. We'll have the action right here on the Shooter Athletic Conference Network.